Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and start tearing into the Sentra. Probably start with just pulling the axles off today, showing you what needs to be taken off and what needs to be done for that. You see everything that's already taken off. Turbo kit is gone, battery tray is off, alternator is unbolted. Then I have my good old Mastiff tank over here. Seems to like the car cover, as long as he doesn't bite a hole through it. But I'm working at a tight space on the driver's side. That's gonna suck. I haven't had time to move that further down, but it's work in progress. I need to get rid of more things in my garage. This side's a little bit better, but I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling everything off, get the car jacked, and show you guys the steps as I go. Alright, before you guys remove your axles, don't forget to loosen up your wheels, jack up the car, finish getting your wheels off. Come down to the bottom. You're going to need a 10mm hex bit, and the drain is right here. You want to start off with draining your gear oil. That's what it looks like. For those that don't know, that's the fill. But that's where I started. I'm no professional at doing this, so if you guys see ways that I could have done this better, faster, easier along the way, leave a comment below. Please let me know. Next, I'm going to remove the cotter pin and the axle nut, and that is a 32mm socket. You'll need to remove those. Okay, notice all my studs are broken. I got the extended studs. All four of these are broken, probably when I hit something. I've been in so many accidents with this car, but those will be replaced eventually. But yes, that's next. I'm going to go ahead and remove the axle nut from both sides. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll come back and pick up the camera. Okay guys, also to give you guys a little trick, when you go to remove the axles, stick a little screwdriver in here. It's too dark, but in between the slots on the rotor, and that will help you loosen this bad boy up. Alright, so don't forget to use that little trick when you go to loosen up the axle nuts. Okay guys, this is the passenger axle, and there's these 3 bolts we must remove that is holding the axle. There goes 1 bolt right there, another one that my ratchet's on, and then on the very top there's a 3rd one. You can remove the downpipe. The downpipe's right here, a little tight under my car. You can remove the downpipe, probably make it easier to get into. I have a shit ton of spider webs, so I'm considering removing it for now. It's got to come off anyways. But we'll see. Oil pan there just to help you locate where this is at. But 1 bolt, 2 bolt, and 1 more bolt at the very top. It's like a little triangle. Those 3 bolts come out. The axle is already, the axle nut's already off. And so I'll do that, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay guys, I ran out of daylight the other day, so a few days later I'm back in the garage to finish up this video of removing the axle. I left off with the passenger axle. The one thing I did forget, when you loosen up your axle nut, go ahead and then bolt the strut here. It's 14mm, and the bottom bolt, 14mm right there, bottom bolt is a 17, which I've already pulled off. So go ahead and unbolt those, and that'll help when you pull this down. You can pop out the axle. You can pop it out, and I'll show you guys that right now. Okay guys, I removed both the bolts. I used my knee to push up everything to help get those bolts out, and I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So now that's free. Push the axle in, pop out on the back side. Kind of hard to do with one hand. I'm freaking out my dog over there. Okay, so when those two bolts come out, pull this out towards you. Push the axle through with your hand as much as you can. Then you got to angle this kind of funny. I've already, well, I thought I got it in the position I needed it. There it goes. Okay, there goes the axle. I've already unbolted. Trying to see if I can get on camera. There's a bracket that holds 3 bolts. I've already took off those 3 bolts, and this guy is kind of got to pull on it. Well, I actually got to go pray out, get my bar and pop out the axle. Okay, I was able to pop the axle out without using a pry bar to get that axle loose. So now you just gotta play with it. It's hard to do with one hand. Spider web still in here. Okay. It's a little difficult to do with one hand, but you guys just gotta keep it. It's just stuck right here because I'm using one hand. There it goes. Okay. There goes your passenger axle. Super simple. Those 3 bolts right there come from here, which is on the back of the block. So remember to remove those 3 bolts right there. I don't think I got very good footage of that because it was getting dark and I could not get it on camera. But for me, I think it was no, I don't want to give you. I don't want to give you guys the wrong size on the bolts, but I know one of mine was wrong. It was different, probably because it's been pulled out 100 times and switched with a different bolt. But there it is, passenger axle. Okay, guys, on the driver's side axle, just as simple. It's actually easier. There's no bracket, axle bracket that holds it to the block. So just loosen your axle nut, remove these bolts, and slide out the axle. Pull it back towards you, and that's it. I won't record much on this side. This side's pretty straightforward. And I'm working in a very tight garage, and this is the side where there's not much room. So let me go ahead and take out this axle. There goes the axles. Recap of what needs to be done. Loosen up your lug nuts, jack up the car, take your wheels off, remove the axle bolt, loosen up your strut bolts. For these guys, I put it back on. Can't see again, light's getting a little tight. Remove the axle bracket bolts on the back side. drain the transmission fluid with a 10mm hex bit. This is, what you see here is pretty much all I use. What is this one? 17mm, 14mm, 12mm, 32mm for the axle nut. That's really it. This was for the lug nuts. And that's it. These are the 3 bolts that hold that axle bracket. The axle holder bracket, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to thread these back into the block so I don't lose them when I get back under there. It'll be your best interest to probably remove the downpipe. That'll help also. But from here, if you guys want to watch the rest of the video, it goes through step by step on how to remove your axles. But I know I just did a quick recap for those that just want to know the basics and can hear it and from there do it themselves. So enjoy the video. Hope this helps you guys remove the axles instead of paying the shop. I learned the hard way. I paid the shop a few times to replace my broken axles. But now you can do it. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So go ahead and set some goals and start working on your own car, guys. But other than that, don't forget to subscribe, like the video on YouTube, share it if you wish, but enjoy it, guys.